The day's finally come! We're off to meet the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya! What is she planning? And why does she need the gnosies? Soon, we'll have our answers! Guess this'll be the end of your journey that your sister mentioned. What is she expecting you to find there? Good... What? Yeah... Just think. With all that experience under our... Sure thing!
What about me? Do I get a call?
Whoa! Columbina? You kinda... Don't look at Paimon! Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding it now.
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited Senzhnaya too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She must be busy. She had some nasty things to say about you before leaving. Would you like to hear them?
She hasn't changed a bit.
If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people like that would not be a good look for me right now. Also, please tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya. Our time working together was... not terrible, precisely, but we're on different sides. So when you get there, don't do anything to make life difficult for both of us.
Well, that definitely sounds on brand for her. The attitude, the reasoning. All right.
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
Huh. You really have to read between the lines with Senzhnaya.
Go on. Get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. I told Lauma that you once treated me to a truly unforgettable meal. Today, I want to return...
It's definitely nice to...
The moon of Nodcry will always give you a warm welcome.
I can see! It's so pretty! Come on, give up! Similar to the ones in Nodcry. You know, just minus the effects of Kuvaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Senzhnaya now. There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two. Paimon got a pail full of snow! Ooh, it's so cold. Paimon's gonna snuggle up to you for a bit to get warm. Hey, check it out! Those are bears, right? Aww, look how big and fluffy they are! So cute! Quick, take a picture before the moment passes. Right here. If we get any closer, we might scare them away. Let's see how your camera skills are these days. Come on, quick! Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. Ooh. Yeah. Everything feels heavy. Oh, no need. Yep. Seems like this snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there. Phew. Let's get out of this storm.
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her fast! Paimon! Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. A reward on the road. It says here, Kresnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. Is this an answer from this world? What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
Incoming entity detected. Authorization. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable due to the influence of... Anyway, it must have been a very long time. I was born to fulfill a mission. To reach tomorrow. To this end, I must... Strange. What was it? Wait, my body? Huh? Why is my body like this? Apologies. After a long period of inactivity, it appears that a lot of data has been lost. Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But I am unable to... Nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have... In accordance with my preset programming, upon reactivation, I must ask the one who awakened me the following... Will you accept me, Transcender? I will... You have made a very wise decision. Now, I detected that you called out a name earlier. Presumably, the name was Paimon, merely the tip of the iceberg. Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my... Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body, retrieve the power to unlock tomorrow, and help the suffering masses to reach the far shores where the empty... I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have a vague sense of where it might be found. But right now, the key right now is you. You must survive and reunite... You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the Prime Ice Unit count has been updated. You may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a prime ice construct to prop up the door.
I'll keep this close.
Scanning local environment. Exit has been sealed up. That would not be an efficient approach. One moment. Usable construct blueprint detected nearby. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you more quickly.
I'll keep this close.
Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice. I'll keep this close. My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed. Kresnik crystal located. Please the recent construct you built provides highly efficient heating by utilizing... Unfortunately, Prime... That said, Yes. Perhaps then, we can warm ourselves by the fireside together. But for now, all you need to remember is this. If you collect Kresnik crystal, I can extract... Low power. Please use Kresnik crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice in unison. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. According to my database, this location is a train station, meaning the number of life forms is... Real-time environmental data suggests that the train station may no longer be in use. But whatever the situation, please exercise caution.
Paimon! Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to battle her way through the blizzard. Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering, with a powerful monster having summoned a bitter snowstorm. You two must be very important to one another. You should take more care not to get separated.
Your eyes. Are you... Conrian?
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who survived the cataclysm. But I doubt that is news to you. It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention on your travel companion instead. We will meet again very soon.
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no relevant... Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The up...
It's okay. Take it easy.
Wait. Yep.
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no... Well, he was right about one thing. Right now, the most important...
He had no intention of...
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a...
Snezhnaya was once the land of the...
Oh! Wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself some of Paimon's...
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy...
Oh, that makes sense. Every pair of goggles needs wiping clean once in a while. Anyway, back Jester for a second. Paimon's still confused about something. When he first showed up, he already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon to know who he... Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But beyond that, Paimon didn't know anything about him. It was only later, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following the sound of Paimon's voice with a really anxious expression, and after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. He didn't do anything to Paimon at all. Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him.
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and director are unfamiliar terms. May I ask for clarification?
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui? Oh, they're like the Tsaritsa's inner circle. Really powerful people. And the director is their boss.
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back. The Jester mentioned that this snowstorm, being the work of a monster, is worse than most. Even if we made it to Snezhnagrad, we'd still have to wait out the storm before we could do any exploring.
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look out for Paimon, but... she doesn't want to... We were really psyched.
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. At this point, do you remember what I said as we neared this location? We can there is a small town up ahead.
Paimon thinks goggles here make... Oh, come on.
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance during your future adventures, please call for the Eye of Grey whenever you wish. Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing any unnecessary distraction. Please confirm when you are ready to depart. Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message. Could not...
What exactly does clear mean?
Brace for impact, friends! How strange.
Yeah.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad data. The discrepancies between the old data and present reality. Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to the town. According to the data, anyway.
Your data had better be right this time.
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please look this way, and you will see a Kresnik's torch. It seems our ill-fated train ride was Rest assured that I will take user preferences into account next time I plan a route. Next.
Excuse me, is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests in this town?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business. I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland Snezhnaya these days.
Why is that? Because of the snowstorm?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuzha. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or— Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Something that requires an enormous amount of energy. Even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya. So, the Vetcha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households—
Bitter cold.
Pretty much. Trouble is,
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as you only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to—
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again. There is no monopoly on the trade of Kresnik Crystal. You are free to purchase the shortfall from elsewhere on the market.
What market? Nobody else is selling! And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate! It's robbery is what it is!
Which is why the Snezhnaya Vetche passed a resolution to support border communities, without which you wouldn't even be able to buy crystal from us to begin with. So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line come forward. Everyone's feeling the cold here.
You...
All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We all know how cold it is. And the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult for each other.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. couldn't believe what I was reading. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quota, our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then can we sell the remaining crystal for household use, and in as our Fatui.
That's right. Our duty is to do things by the book.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to I can't guarantee there'll be...
Fine. I don't see any alternative.
So, this is...
You were looking for an inn, right? For your,
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or something. We only just got to Snezhnaya, and we're still getting used to the climate.
I have a small place in Sratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a warm fire.
Are you sure? Oh, that's really kind of you.
All right, then. This way.
Oh, wait. Paimon only...
Good to meet you. Most travelers... Still, you should keep...
Don't say that!
They aren't in... I do a lot of hunting, so nothing to do but sit tight in town. I get that you're in a hurry, but what? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train? The one...
Oh, we got lucky and...
Pretty crazy for... I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Sratomaros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait, a rabbit stole the crystal?
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer carrots to Kresnik crystal anyway. Shishkin, Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really? Paimon never would have guessed.
Huh? You're coming with?
Oh, okay then. Just give Paimon a second to get ready. Alright. Guess there's no point pushing myself. Paimon will stay here and hold the fort then. Be careful, you two.
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a doggy.
He likes to think he's above that. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't risk spooking our rabbit, or there's no telling which. First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real freight data. Shishkin's figures can't be trusted. Then, we get Tugarin to catch a scent and find out, what are you eating?
Good doggy.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep.
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. We got a lot of work to do. Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor. There we go. Looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading these unless they have ulterior motives. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here, then go track down the crystal. Tagarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of crystal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Crystal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Sure enough.
Thanks for looking out for us. Thanks.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Sure is Her Majesty the Tsaritsa watching over us. Every sacrifice will be... Let's grit our teeth.
Maybe for everyone else, Leah. I just had a question for all the crates here. Would you be able to shed any light on the situation?
Me?
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip from Mr. And this is only... I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sretomaros.
How could you do this to us?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey, I owe you all an apology. I'm sorry. This isn't who I am. Please believe me, this was a one-time mistake that I will never repeat. We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuzha came. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Crystal have ceased there entirely. If nothing is done, you know as well. I watched as I have the official... I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah. Drop the act. You claimed this was a...
Reporting in, sir.
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the train station's current... The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the Crystal by... But since he can't get the...
Wait.
Preposterous. What proof do you have of any of this?
Basic math.
Counting carriages.
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fit. So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik, the numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record.
You mean to tell me that you sat around outside, counting carriages, and...
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options. Hunt...
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor into custody and escort them back to Snezhnagrad.
You cocky little brat! Ruining my business! Just you...
Yeah, something felt off. So I just followed my gut. Math isn't my...
Thank you for your assistance. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell. He did... Even with that sob story he fed us. He was probably trying to keep... Without the compelling case you put together, even I might have fallen for it. Alosha, was it? Tell me, are you really a hunter?
We can go find some wild animals if you want.
I didn't mean... They hide in plain sight under false ID. They aren't a violent organization.
First, all I know is, as for me, I just could... Of course...
I will report this incident.
Don't mention it. Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to. Hang tight for a moment. This old lady, she doesn't really know who's who.
Oh,
grandson. It's
Ma'am, it's me, Alosha.
Alosha?
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove. Gave you some.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson?
It's okay. You just rest.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your... Sit down, come on.
Please, don't get up.
Right under the basket. Well, grandson dear.
Very much.
Good. What?
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right?
Oh, I don't need it.
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. We're from the same hometown. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. There's a gang of highwaymen that came from there. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. So after we got talking and realized we were from the same place, we decided to keep in touch by letter. I first learned of Stratomoros's energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her letters. Then, after her health went downhill, I started visiting more often to check in on her. The town's been in decline for a while now, but because of her memory problems, she thinks of it as the bustling, prosperous Stratomoros still in its heyday. That said, I kinda appreciate her optimism. There's not much of it going around in this world of ice and snow. It's fine. Everyone grows old. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moments, you'll sense a familiar presence by your side. You turn to look at them, but their face is blurry. So you focus hard, trying to make out who it is. And when you finally see their face, the Grim Reaper reaches out and takes your life. She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a blurry face in her world. Come on, let's get back.
Paimon, we're back. Are you feeling any better?
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still... but Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from getting hit on the head by that pile of snow when we first arrived.
Her complexion's looking much better. Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything go on your end? Are you all set? Did you have any trouble?
I'll explain. It's a bit of a long story.
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy. So...
Yeah. Well, enough to survive at... Don't know. The goal of Project Stuzha is to gather energy for the Tsaritsa. The thing is, we were told that the project would only...
Extending it?
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, but even though opposition has been growing, he's the chair of the Snezhnaya and a key figure.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in Senzhnaya?
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think and act in the... But that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Stratomoros still receives then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the... It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a complete... Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, there are still many differences of opinion on how best to tackle the big issues of the day. Regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnaya, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all sorts of complicated reasons. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent their... Of course, an organization like that exists in a gray area, but so far, they've been doing their best to help the common folk. Like us, don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join in. You're not new to this, I can tell.
That's 'cause we're adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnaya? Aside from taking your friend to see a doctor, of course.
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what the Tsaritsa is up to. Her ultimate goal?
Wait, so... No way. Are you who I think you are?
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and what. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times. And right now, yeah. So you've heard of it. A wild, it also absorbs everything around it into its body, so it's growing constantly. Now, it's so big that the Tsaritsa has deemed it the #1 threat. Luckily, as it grew, it became increasingly less mobile, so it doesn't... I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble defeating the creature between them. It's just a question of how long it'll take. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her anytime soon. You'll have to wait until she gets back. Fair. Well, the Fatui will be taking over management of the train station for the time being. Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a lot of manpower. Are you sure we can talk them into it?
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we help them out. Should be easy enough to negotiate. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnaya in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. I know a good doctor in the city.
Oh, thanks so much. Let's get a good night's sleep ahead of our big trip tomorrow.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation again. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Is it a new model or something? Not a fan of small talk, are you? Anyway, take this. It's an up-to-date map of the Snezhnaya rail network. All the track switching is automated, so as long as the train's moving, you don't need to worry about collisions or anything. We'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves.
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Have a safe journey. And make sure to check everything's working before you set off.
destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and...
Affirmative.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, minor damage, but no impact on function. Diagnostics complete. All systems...
Neat!
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard...
Strictly speaking, all configurations are complete. Should you require any further assistance, please call for the...
Away we go! Oh, nope. Paimon's gonna... Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne.
Just our luck. Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right? Any idea what the heck this place is?
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. Even time itself doesn't exist here. It's a world where everything seems to come to us. I've only seen it a few times before, and this is my first time inside. It's a dangerous place, and the few who do make it back, they're never quite this.
Huh? Then, what the... Oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great! Now we're...
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on, let's
Look at these Fatui! It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living. I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Wait! What's that blue thing? Is that... Goggles?
Guess we'd better find a way over.
Let's hammer this out. You've got nerve.
This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Goggles!
Hello. I am glad...
For now, at least.
Correct. Time and space hold... We must leave this...
Sounds like you have a...
Yes. It appears... I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some... It may well be one of my core functions. Scan complete. Construction... Activation code... We once peered into the past...
Whoa!
Now go. Arm yourselves with weapons of...
Is this?
In the Shadow Realm, where humans cannot channel the elements, let's go. When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the explosives nearby. Shoot the explosives to detonate them and clear the path. Since elemental energy is unavailable in the for long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new...
Get back it! Fall back!
Yeah. More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
Change of tactics.
Recharge!
Change of tactics.
Out of ammo! Taking cover!
State number 2. Light him up!
It's over. Back up! Where's the backup?
Time to catch my breath.
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
Press the advantage! Fall back! Much more! I'm hit!
Change of tactics.
Where's the...
Need a refill.
Taking cover. Taking cover.
State number 2.
Take much more. Fall back.
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on. You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances. I recommend using this grappling gun. Such devices were originally used to secure structures in the ship. If you detach...
Gotta recharge! Nice. Need a refill.
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Need a refill.
The backup.
Nice.
Can't take much more. It's over. All I need.
Light him up.
Where's the backup?
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Can't take much more. Taking cover.
Gotta recharge. State number 2.
Taking cover. Fall back. Can't take much more. Fall back. Over.
Gotta recharge.
Can't take much more.
State number 2. Light him up.
Can't take much more. It's over. Where's the backup?
Frag out.
I'm dead.
Try this. Shift your center of gravity and slide down. Gotta recharge.
Take great care not to fall down. The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
Switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Back in business. Refill! my head.
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is right here.
You mean this weird bubble thing?
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. Looks like I was right. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the... Lucky we made it out.
Ah.
Yeah, he came up a whole bunch and not
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first time, as Alosha said.
Oh, let's hope not. If anything else goes...
The Shadow Realm... Now, please take a moment.
Oh, thanks, Goggles.
Yes, of course.
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grey fixes the...
Yeah, sure. It's so quiet here. Huh? So much for repair?
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the
Didn't know.
According to my calculations, perimeterization is the most effective way for the Eye of Grey to understand
Hyperborea. You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlolaidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead. Here we are. Welcome to Snezhnagrad train station, the biggest transport hub in the nation.
Wow! It's so majestic! Just flying.
It's built for maximum efficiency, but yes, in the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoliarny. Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the Winged Vila and the Snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
To the left is the Market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible! Snezhnagrad is stunning! Seeing it with our own eyes makes all the trouble we went through to get here worth it!
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful means stunningly expensive. The prices here are crazy. I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get settled in while I fetch the doctor. Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but I highly doubt they'd meet your standards. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drab.
Yep, no way! Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Maybe we can split the cost of the room between us? Paimon, fine then. It's your treat. Paimon will save her money for buying a nice little cake. Don't worry, you'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few places around here worth seeing. This way leads to Sapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's audience chamber and also her personal... The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov, the headquarters of the Fatui. Inside, and over there is the Snezhnaya, where all the big shots meet regularly to make These places are best admired from a distance. I'm sure I don't need to explain why.
Yeah, they probably
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. That's where you'll find the rest. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank, which is over this way. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right? That's right here.
Ooh, speaking of adventuring...
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnaya, I'm afraid.
Oh. We'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda inconvenient.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise. Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny in that direction. It's mostly residential buildings and factories, but there's a few shops. That's about it. You guys go ahead and get checked in while I track down my doctor friend.
Sounds good. Thanks for...
Podvorye restaurant is right...
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. Oh, thanks for taking such good care of Paimon. Honestly, she feels kind of bad for throwing a wrench in the works. If this were anywhere else, we'd be... You're right. No need to push ourselves too hard for no reason. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned so far and try to figure out what to do next. Obviously, the million-more question is, what is this? Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also requires a ton of energy. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. Aloysius, it must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Senzhnaya in a snowstorm this awful. To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. The kind of information that only the higher-ups in the government would know, not word on the street type of info. Paimon can't think of a few people. Right. And when we left Nocry, Sandrone specifically left a message reminding us which side we're on. So, it's unlikely that... Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Glupov place is right nearby. We've got nothing to lose, so it'll be a waste not to go. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk, but it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino, let alone Sandrone. She basically told us to stay in her lane already. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right? Too bad we missed him in Nocry. Apparently, he came to help out.
Hello. Is there a Traveler and Paimon in there?
That's Aloysia.
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Aloysia mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes? And you're, Faye, I presume?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of Fae as the ones we saw at the train station.
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more resilient than even the healthiest and most long-lived of humans. But don't worry, I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even diagnosed plenty of cats and dogs in my time. Safe to say.
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as a human. Right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? That's just because Paimon knows how to eat.
Now, please take a seat. Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all with. I can give you some if you find yourself with a persistent low.
Sounds like there's no cause for.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you.
All right, then.
I have to get back to it. If you. Hey, no big deal. You saved my life.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk their way in. But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Honestly, it's such a waste of time asking when I already know what the answer's gonna be. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is unavailable, you'll have to go through the proper procedure. Lord Child is a busy man. Even if you two are old friends as you claim, please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. They tend not to stay in group. Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's his first time in Senzhnaya, so I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good. Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. All right, then. Well, why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartar, and as obnoxious as it may be to show up, well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some courtesy. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a Harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class. Unlike Noshin, your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. That's why.
Burn it down!
I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. Okay, let's get down to business. Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next... They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuzha. It's basically all anyone cares about in Nevecha these days. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the Jester, Pierro, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He wasn't, but he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So by the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... Actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not basically. Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about... Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia... Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of... He knew that after he was gone, with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulchin... Once they divided Capitano's troops between them. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Pierro, right? Exactly. Pierro also, even though Tartaglia has had, I'd say his best course of action will be, what's the point in having a tea party? Besides, none of this is confidential. You'll see it firsthand if having a voice in Nevecha. Pantalone. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity. It must be—
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for— You must have known that you can get the info you need. I just don't understand, that's all. Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left Not Cry, right? I only meant you should be Fair enough. It's not your fault. Anyway, just ask for my help next.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see—
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm—
Isn't it always?
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening— Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and—
I guess that's it then. Do you actually want to come with? Nice of you. And honestly, I'd rather have— Then let's go. You, take— If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be answering.
Yes, Lady Marionette.
Light it up! on! Light it up!
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the... Yeah, you do that while I... Meet me back here.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. I see. You're the backup from Snezhnaya. Well, I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
So this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and so is its location. Let's go. Every second counts. Careful. Something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent. Crystalline Adagio.
Stay back!
Together. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Take this!
I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move.
Lightning flash!
Shadow me. Waltz of the snowflakes. Crystalline Adagio.
Oh, thank you for saving us. We'd have been monster fodder.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now.
Thank you.
I've searched the area. Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back anytime. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's lucky we got here when we did. The trapped miners have been successfully evacuated.
Wait, this place. There's some...
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here.
Light it up!
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. You really held your own today. Don't think I've seen you before. I'll remember the name. All right then. See you around. Hello, Lady Marionette.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. What brings you here, Odette? Here for a performance?
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnograd. She's quite the celebrity. If If you ever hear people... On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking... She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege...
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3 months straight, this equipment... All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnaya will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. First, that's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on how smoothly it goes. Yup, nothing we can do about it. There's a whole
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change. Fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. There's no immediate... It just feels like there should be a better way.
Hey, quit daydreaming. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave.
You have a strange affinity for second-hand swords.
Nice and cool. Natlan doesn't have places like this.
Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr. Big Shot himself.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real Big Shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Nicest surprise I've had in a while. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo Lajdovka. How'd it go?
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuzha, and the usual. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is...
Huh? Of course, fire away.
It sounds to me like, but what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even people like you...
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade. You sure don't mince your word.
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to stand up for ordinary people?
Oh my gosh. How does he dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where he's coming from. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vecha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just... I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Erepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Senzhnaya, but she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that but considering that maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuzha outright, but we're constantly raising our concerns in Vecha meetings. And even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. We're trying everything we can think of, and so is... I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. There's no way I would ever abandon them.
As contentious as things can get within the Vecha, There's no selfishness or malice behind it. Everyone wants to get through this period as smoothly as possible. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. Most of the time, but that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here. We're all well aware of the—
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Svietlo Lidovka's aid the moment she heard that people were in danger. And even Tartaglia, who used to only care about—
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, I know how untenable the Tsaritsa's position looks if you don't understand her motives. Maybe you've heard already. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with the present energy crisis. As laser folk, to me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, why would she waste her time on something like this? Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just trying to placate you. I've already done more than enough diplomacy for one day.
I still think this adventurer raises a very important point. Our two Harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vetcha who must feel trapped and forced to vote against their conscience. I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the need to explain ourselves so much if we didn't know you so well.
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your background? How is it that you can converse so openly with two Harbingers?
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned his name so far, and no details of his experiences. Is something wrong?
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... all right. I guess there's no getting around it. This is the world-renowned Traveler, who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in Liyue, and then went to Inazuma, where there was a duel before the throne, in which the Traveler defeated Rosaline.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me. I should get going.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually get along. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll... Oh, by the way, where's Paimon? It's not like her to hide away.
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier restaurant. I got a couple of my people to look after her while we were gone.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold back then. Used to get ill. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit, I'm sure Paimon's a good kid, too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over.
Well, that would be great.
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hope so. No more accusing me of not being on your...
Already? That was quick.
If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation. I have some other work to catch up on at Glupov anyway.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have to start with. I should ask Alosha if he knows any way to help Svietlo Lydovka.
Ad Astra at...
Thank you for completing.
Ad Astra...
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? But all it does is vibrate. That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try channeling. Worked. There really is something special about this sword. I don't really understand what just happened, but I'm pretty sure this sword just got a little more powerful. I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another statue of the Seven. In the meantime... There's still a long...
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second. I'll go fetch him for you.
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. It's a fundamental contradiction. Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresnik when we resolve Stratomoros's a huge backlog of a lot of them will probably stockpile. Exactly. At the current price, hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
1 second, let me check. So, you're planning on buying the crystal?
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little. No, it's fine.
Here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market. But I doubt.
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take a look. Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello?
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes, when the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes need extra help.
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought things went pretty smoothly in Svietlola. So, what brings you here, Miss Odette? Looking for some new props?
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation in Svietlolaidovka, so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And it...
So many people...
Yes. Well...
Right. Because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable when they do. I've heard of...
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what Project Stuzha is really about. Still, it's probably a little soon to ask her about that. There may be...
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings. So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some crystal. I heard there's some on the market right now.
Funny. I had the same idea. In that case, let me pay. I can claim it back as mission expenses. The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely it makes more sense for the state to cover these costs than for us to pay out of our own pockets.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. And I'll be needing a receipt. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation. Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik Crystal during Project Stuzha, extra carriages can be added 1 hour before departure. That should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination by Fatui guards.
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette. It seems you're a...
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing both my whole life.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right?
What's wrong? Who's Paimon?
His travel buddy. Hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Sneznaya.
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't...
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlolaidovka.
All right then. I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems...
Hello. Sorry, but there's a sick person recovering in this room.
What happened?
Oh, please, excuse me. Are you the Traveler? Ah, it's really you. At the same time, besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant.
I didn't expect such a high standard of protection.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment. Anyway,
Traveler! Alosha, you're back! Oh, hey! Who's our new friend?
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself, but Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. Seems like it's just...
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that a flame inside an ice cube? Wait, is this real ice? How's it not melting? And how does the fire keep on...
All keen observations. You're right. This is called core ignis. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I place this by my bed. You're wel-
Awesome! Wow! Your name was Odette, right? How did you two meet again?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's really... Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokad, huh? Let me think. Members of the Rokad keep their true identities hidden, but... I think there might be someone I can introduce you to. Leave it with me. Meet me at the Corey...
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Paimon will have... enough with the secret chat, you... It'll be kinda like tabletop troop.
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets, and I managed to set something up with the Rokat. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolyevsky troupe on stage before. Pleasure. Here.
Please present yourself for a
Is that guy with the Fatui?
Okay, all done. Thank you.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here, so it makes sense that security's tight. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace guard here. You saw him, right? The guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion, but I only ever... Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. But that's not for us to worry about. Let's go. The show's about to start. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh? Oh, the one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Never seen it for myself. Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
Ugh. If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem? Whatever.
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa. This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting... Hey there. Excuse me.
Can you believe it? I am so mad.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about?
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodyanitsa, so I thought I'd try my luck. See if we could get the chance to chat for a bit. Maybe get an autograph?
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules. It's not what the green room is there for.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks very highly of you, and so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. Confidentiality, of course.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Relax, I've taken care of it. Look at this.
The President's reply sent this—
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokot. Unfortunately, Rokot intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way you work. Everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokot. So I figured I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came— Of course, it's still your decision.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our cover. Still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance, was that just because Now you're talking. That's what—
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization's principles.
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one—
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhnaya. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But—
I tried reading it 5 or—
Great. Then I'll go grab an—
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin, and this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him some treats. Then, the Rokot was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like— my job at the theater, for instance. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the Iskra manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept dodging the question. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private— I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate—
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person has definitely— Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he—
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different take-the-ticket situation. Not to mention that he's never— And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once—
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't— But first things first. Here's your application form.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there. But other than that, all right. Now that recently, We've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which all we need now is some...
That way, the Kresnik Crystal can be allocated to where it's needed most.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our... I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight.
But...
Don't you worry. Mitya is a renowned... The authorities should take... Also, we're not allowed... yeah, so... Still, I hear that Mitya...
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of buddies there to eat, and keep your ears peeled for useful information. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me. But you two need to be convincing. If he's...
Sure. Don't worry.
Perfect! You've...
Okay. What?
Everything!
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Now, it's up to Vodyanica. Let's see...
Mr. Mitya! Over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still...
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon when you have more time.
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a... I've already had to decline your invitation.
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more time...
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that! Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what? I always used to find that such a bleak...
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with a composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing...
Almost every time.
Oh. Well then. Let me say a few words about that other all-time...
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out.
Oh.
But sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course.
So what did
Elegy of the Snow...
Correct. I see. I see. You find my...
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I enjoy watching... So, whenever Odette's danced, that look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy, it was so... Not that I made a ton of...
So what you're...
Unfortunately not.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into a this...
It's fine. Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you would...
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that
I know. I can tell. That's why I'm sure some people can't stand it when other...
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad though.
You know what I really can't stand? People who only—
Oh, yeah, 100%. What's wrong? You look furious.
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Eastborough manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor, but he always demands the same privileges as actual investors. Box tickets only—
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she—
Now that you mention it—
Yeah, what's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some—
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, Project Stuja has now been extended so many times, we're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get— If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no— Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja.
This is it. We're finally going.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let something slip.
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so your work is related to projects—
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a— Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within— But harnessing that power is— Progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people—
Could it be that—
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for— Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. Sorry. I can't talk about that. I think we're all just exhausted.
Seems like I owe you an apology.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up—
That's okay.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to We touched on some confidential issues today.
That could have gone—
Nice job.
Sorry, routine inspection. Okay.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important—
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before. He also asked me to—
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? Maybe his work isn't confident. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to head back.
You're back! Here pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have... It's like she only started feeling this way since we arrived in Senzhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again. You know, the one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment? So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon's feeling unwell? Well, Michi denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having issues with their concentration and short-term memory. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly the same direction as the Armory Palace. Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The robot only has a limited amount of intel. Oh, great point! They argue about Project Stuzha every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads. Good idea! Oh yeah, while you were out, Paimon tried all the yummiest looking desserts in the Potvoria restaurant. This one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you. Come try it once you finish writing your letter.
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be Time to get ready. Then head to the Snezhnaya Vecha.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vecha?
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you introduce...
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained. It should also be noted that while Her Majesty, a financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stall.
Okay then. Best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are...
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But it's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how—
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resources. And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is—
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuzha cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuzha continues or not.
So you have no—
On the contrary, I'm the—
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely, their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution, but I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, the most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability to make drastic adjustments without—
Renowned scholar with the notorious Lelek.
She's just rephrased. As for Lelek, ending Project Stuzha, so whether it's threats,
And since we're already on the subject, yes, don't we all?
At least someone here— I think it would be— Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you.
I will be happy. The commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuzha.
Let us
My apologies.
There are numerous issues to address here, Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the In fact, the energy—
That's a good idea. I read every issue.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local—
Not if they are you—
Very well then.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of— Today, the prima donna of the Korai Lievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnaya—
Write anything like that again, and I—
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed—
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? Why now?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha total 61%, securing—
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how—
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes, go Lelek. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback.
In accordance with the result, we debate only for the greater glory and the session.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chuganov to vote against projects. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuzha is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects any— Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. Rather than just sit, but no, he's already voted against it. Which means, yeah, no one knows why
Lelik must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at maybe my
Oh, right.
Hey, comrade.
Greetings, Harp.
Oh.
I'll leave you to
Sure. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. No one ever thought that someone— Huh? You want to look into Lelik?
In return, it's—
My thoughts head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time, so they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet. Careful, don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability, but few would have the motive.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me. There's no denying that Master is strong, but meticulous. We can only hope.
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui—
Oh, yikes. Still,
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back yet. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuzha. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuzha, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatui and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui.
It's just a theory, a possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long ago.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, We should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
You made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette. Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's... Why leave a... So, if it is, yeah! Well, no change, really.
Yeah, I wish you could... If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on her father was involved with the It's hard to when she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui. How much did she let on? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.